Hey everyone, welcome back to more Star Dynasties. I'm DisturbingPuppet, and this is our territory, the Scrooge Sovereignty. Our league now has expanded quite exponentially, so we've picked up the Jordan colonies. We got Deshubba handed to us, and then the Jordan colonies just got handed off to us by the, Cunningham clan over here. So was the Conley Kingdom, but now the Cunninghams are in charge apparently, so sure. But I think the actual Archon is a Conley. So, sure, whatever. So we still have the Lindsay Quadrant Independent here. It'd be nice to pick them up too, and probably if I had enough cash to offer them, they would probably join us. But that's a whole other thing. The Lynn Collective is not in a great spot either because of our expansion taking over the Jordan colonies, and that's something that we might look at eventually too. I think they're a bit too strong. We are working on improving relations, but yeah, they're not interested at all. But if we had enough cash, maybe. And we could also potentially buy like this, the Swanson Dominion off of them. So we could possibly do something like that. Yeah, they wouldn't be interested. They're weak enough, but if I was able to just dump a dump truck full of money up to their house and say, hey, I want that, they probably would hand it over. But right now, I think mainly the Jordan colonies and Deshubba got handed off to me because they're all in kind of bad shape. There's a lot of, I don't know what they've been doing, but, well, I know that the leader's been doing human experiments. So that's kind of what they've been doing rather than actually building up their colonies and things. So we're trying to work on that, but we do have outbreaks of Ratalung here, so I'm not doing anything here or on Beta Virginis, even though they're in bad shape. I want to wait for the Ratalung to pass a bit, and hopefully with our increased tech level, that will happen sooner rather than later. We've done pretty much everything we can. We've actually got access to 3 places now that we could rebuild colonies. So I know there's one here in Alcyone. There's one, is it both up here? Rotanev, Brachium. Where's Brachium? So this one's abandoned and been destroyed. So where's Brachium? Brachium, I don't think is in our territory. Where is Brachium? So going to cycle through. It's not really going to show me like where they are. Brachium. It's a derelict colony somewhere. I don't see it highlighted anywhere. It could even be in adjacent territory controlled by somebody else. I don't think it's in any territory that I directly control. Is it something up here somewhere? Ah, it is. So inside the Clark territories, so they've let a colony go dark. Yeah, I've actually looked at this before. Yeah, I was thinking like this would be interesting, but it would cut like the Clark clan in half here and cause some major problems. I don't think they would like that because if we rebuild it, it's ours. As we went through the cost of it, it costs like 240 credits to rebuild a colony, which is a bit pricey. I think we'll just build up what we've got currently. And if I want to rebuild something, we'll go Alcyone and Rotanev up here because they're already in territory that I do control. But that's something like way down the road. Right now, we're building like 4 things right now. We've got a waste processing plant in Yilden. We've got orbital hydroponics in Massam. We're doing a medical station and a repair platform at Nair Al Saif. We've pretty much done everything I can. I've got a couple actions left. I've got everybody occupied. We do have marriages we could try to arrange, but we'll look at that later, including my heir. But that's not something I am... Oh, not my heir, but the Baron heir, Marley, who's the heir. I think he's in Yilden, I think. But yeah. I'm pretty sure... It's been like a week since I played last. I think we married off my heir. And then my second son came of age, and he's like a way better prospect. But we'll see what happens. My older heir is sickly, so he could die before we get there. But if he has children, then that complicates things. Anyway, end turn. Things kind of get a little crazy at this point in the game. When you hit end turn, all kinds of stuff going on. That's a simple thing. Repair platform done. So when we do repair things, the local lords do really like that. So it's a positive thing for us, but also strengthens them. Orbital hydroponics in Massam has been repaired. Excellent. So a couple things done. We can do a bit more repairs. Archon Masada Lens charged us with avenging Duke Pineda's crimes. I figured this would probably happen because he's been doing crazy stuff. So what is it? Secession from the Lin Collective and the threat of rebellion. Well, I mean, that's a bit of a problem. So if we don't do it, they'll be a little bit upset with us, but it's not crazy upset. I could fine him I don't know that I don't think they have much cash, but I mean, I could fine him. Let's see what the options are. So yeah, just a fine would be fine. A fine is fine. Fine. We'll do that. So it does reduce his view of us, but he likes us a lot, so we should be fine with that. Yeah, he loves us at this point. He's kind of a scumbag, but he does like us. It's only 20 credits, not a huge deal. All right, Conan Pineda has charged us with the avenging the Lindsay's crime, the annexation of the Villa Guild from the Lindsay Quadrant. Why would you care about that? I think he might have been part of the Lindsay Quadrant a long time ago. Like, the Lindsay Quadrant doesn't exist anymore. Um, I'm going to ignore that, I think. Because all I could really do would be, like, declare war. And I'm not interested in doing that. Don't be a problem for me, dude. I'm not going to do it. It'll make him a little bit unhappy, but he loves us. Not a problem. Archon Phillips has invited us to attend a feast for Master Katib Phillips. We don't really know these guys too much. We just recently made contact with them because we expanded out here into the Snyder Dominion and the Tanners. I am actually working on improving relations with him. So yeah, we can accept the invite. I probably will represent myself because I'm a decent fighter. I could potentially have... Yeah, I'm actually better than my son still, although he is getting better. Yeah, I'll do it. If I can do okay, we can get some accolades, which will help us get bloodline points. So we're going to fight Cheryl Rasmussen, who we should be able to roll pretty easy. No, she defeated us. How did she defeat us? She literally has a 5 in combat. I mean, she's very sneaky. Okay, in this case, I think she sabotaged my ship or something. All right, fine, whatever. So they get a variety of attention because of winning the tournament. The feast in honor of Katib Phillips was large success. Guest depart in fine humor. Okay. This might be a bit of an issue. Let's see. So the Arlanos are now a very strong vassal of ours. So Kimberly Arlano, she does like us a lot, charged with avenging Filbert Castillo's crime. What did he do? The annulment of someone's marriage and exiling someone. I mean, that's kind of bad. You love us, so we could probably get away with just finding you if that's good enough. Let's see. Yeah, we could just do a fine and it's considered good. So yeah, we'll just throw out a fine, 20 credits. He likes us a little bit less, but he still likes us a ton, so it's fine. Ursula Clark wants to control the Snyder Dominion. So she already asked for the Tanners, and I said no. And now she's asking for the Snyders, and I'm going to say no again. The problem is the Clarks are stuck. So they're up here in this section. We took the Blackwells. Doesn't seem like there's a lot more stars showing up here, but I don't think there's anywhere we can actually build colonies. But the Clarks are kind of stuck, and they would like to find access to somewhere else to expand. I'm just not going to let that happen. They're going to have to join us sooner or later. I am not interested in giving them the Snyders at all. They would give me some money, but that's not good enough. They won't give me another territory in exchange either. I wouldn't want this anyway because it doesn't really connect very well. I am not interested. So she's going to like us a bit less. We are working on improving relations with her. It is going down a bit. I don't think she's liable to go to war with us, but if she did, it kind of depends on the Snyders because they'd be on the front lines. Oh, daughter-in-law is pregnant already. So yeah, we married off... Oh, that's right, Vaughn. So she's a good tech, decent at security as well. That's who I married my son to. Archon consort Thad Scrooge has arranged a series of diplomatic gatherings over the next few months. So that's my husband. Meeting with ambassadors, receiving envoys, the dance of state. Mistress Malaya Farmer will attend every one. It will be good for her training. Let's see. Focus on outshining. So this is, so she's part of the farmers. She is kind of related to us through marriage. No, she's actually related by blood. So she's actually my cousin's daughter. But not part of my family. She's part of the farmers. So I don't know that I really want to spend much time doing anything to improve her situation. There's a chance she gets the eavesdropping socialite trace for 3 turns, plus 20 to run spy work, network. Interesting. So she might get individualistic if we do this. If we do this route, small chance she gets charming for 2 of my action points. I mean, I might not use them anyway. Yeah, whatever, I guess. I don't care. So she listened dutifully to our advice. She did not get charming. Whatever. Not a huge deal. Visitors. You are a very good researcher, scientist, diplomat. Very good diplomat. Michael Scrooge or Mickle, protege, has died in a tragic accident. So yeah, she's operating over here, I think, improving relations or something. And unfortunately, she picked up a protege, but then the protege died, which, of course, causes her to be upset. Oh, great. Chill Scrooge, causing more problems. Look at that. This guy has been nothing but problems pretty much my entire playthrough. So the enmity between Chill Scrooge and your son is no secret. They've started trying to one-up each other at every opportunity. Arm wrestling, ancient puzzles, shuttle maneuvers. So now, that's 3 generations in a row that he's become a rival with, if eventually Frederick does become the Archon. He's rivaling him. Okay, you're 53, dude, and he's 22. Act like an adult. Reinforce upper flank, ready fighter wings, engage maneuver, pincer gamma. Chill Scrooge spends his day running battlefield simulations. The neural implant helps him make tactical leaps you would never have considered before. So increasing his military. We can organize a house-wide tournament, see if anyone can beat him. All members enjoy the diversion and like you more. Set aside a month to train house members in strategy. Subset of members of House Scrooge who are available and located to Crux get +5 to military. Yeah, let's do that. Let's set up like a war game. So he'll just train everybody. So Bell Scrooge, Commissioner of Early Scrooge, and me. So I get the bonus. I was hoping that Frederick would. I think he's based into Crux. I think he's just sitting into Crux. Unfortunately, my mother, who's going to die any day now, our head of spying, who could also die any day now, and me. Not great, but it's free. Alright, that's it. What's going on up here? Someone fled. Internal politics, not really my problem. How strong are you guys up here? Okay, they've actually rebuilt a lot of stuff in Sirius. That's good. And their capital is fairly built up as well. What kind of a fleet? I don't think we're weak there. The only place we're weak is Scene. So even if they were trying to launch an attack or something, we should be fine. What do we got here? She just raised taxes. She might be trying to prepare to like build up her military. That's a possibility. If I really want to mess with her, we can just go colonize Brachium, but I'm not going to do that. What do we got over here? Changing in guardianship, not a priority or issue. Still have the rattling outbreak, We have to kind of wait for those to be done before I can actually really do much to kind of help out those 2 spots. I do have cash. We could rebuild some stuff for sure. They ran out of booze at the party. Now, the other thing that's going on is we do have advancement in the tech ending, but I'm not sure what we need to do. So I don't control this, but my vassal does. So I think if there was something we could do, it would be available. So I think we're just waiting for more events to trigger for the terraforming ship that's based in Arcab. There's nothing I can do except tear it apart, which I would assume is getting rid of the quest line, so we don't really want to do that. We are still working on rebuilding the medical station in Nair El Saif. Wazin, we're still working on Unrest. All right. Working on building something in Yildan as well. waste processing plant. All right, we got some people free. I still have an obligation against Castillo. So he'll be upset, but not, I mean, it's a lot. But he'll be upset, but not enough that he's going to rebel or anything, I don't think. She's still mad at him even though we find him. So we did find him, which got rid of some of it. So she'll be upset, but it's less upset. I could do more. So it's actually not going to be fine. We could levy a large fine on him, honestly. How's your relationship? Yeah, we're fine. Not going to depose him. That just causes all kinds of problems. I don't like... He also raided Nair El Saif a while back, which I'm not super happy about. Let's just have another basic fine. It evens things out a bit. If we spread it out over time, it's not quite as bad, I think. So if we do another one next time, we can kind of make up for it. So we are weak in scene. It's not a huge problem. It's kind of been that way for a while. And the Linz is the only ones who could potentially take advantage of that. So I'm not super concerned about it. So we have some construction we could do. And I think that's probably what we want to do. Let me look inside my own territory. I'm not going to do anything in Dushuba because that's kind of a mess. Is there anywhere that I want to build that's going to like help increase money? Money is kind of our thing. Definitely some options in Massam. Arcturus. The other thing we could look at is I might want to help out. Yeah, these guys, the Jordan colonies are not in great shape, honestly. We could rebuild something for them. Okay, somebody do the chemical processing plant down here. Let's have... I've got 2 people free. Don't I have Colton free too? Yeah, right at the top. Colton, do that. Travel if you have to, that's fine. Just to help out the Jordans a little bit. You're also pretty beat up. Nothing like particularly interesting. Down here in Rigel, is there anything cool? Rigel's actually really built up. Yeah, Rigel's probably the best system down here in the Jordan colonies at the moment. The better we are in Massam, the more I have the ability to project force down this way if I have to. So there's still a lot of things that can be done. Let's do the waste processing plant down there. Just knock that out really quick. And I still have a bunch of money, so we could hire mercenaries if we need to. We've got options for other things. And we're just going to keep stockpiling cash. We're a couple short of our vassal limit, but I could even assign somebody to monitoring vassals, which gives me even more. So we're in no problem about that. Yeah, so still mad about exile and the annulment. He's going to be mad. I'm not going to do anything about that. That's fine. I think we're in good shape when it comes to that stuff. Just out of curiosity, how much money did we bring in last turn? 133 gold before Quell and Rest, and then 128. We might want to look. I might Quelling Unrest anywhere that's not really necessary anymore, because I do have spots that are bad. So Wazin, 48s, I mean, it's not great. Beta Tarai, that's fine. It's definitely not good. Working out on Scene. Scene's fine. We could stop doing on Scene. So let's do that. come on home, and we'll send you somewhere else that's in a much worse situation. Sheraton at 50, I mean, he's not great. I think most of the bad situations are down low. Actually, Sirius is pretty bad, too. Okay, somebody... maybe go to Sirius. No, it's going down at the moment, so never mind. Sirius should be fine. I feel like there are worse places. As we do things to improve colonies, it will also get better, so that's kind of an issue as well. Stuff that I directly control is generally in good shape because of our diplomacy and stuff. Yes, I think mostly it's down here. I don't want to send anybody to Desheba or Beta Virginis. Yeah, we've already got Rigel and New Ophiuchi getting worked on. It's not great in Pollux. Zero unrest over there. Yeah, we might want to do something on He's. That's a bit high. Let's send... I think it was just my sister-in-law. Yeah, she looks like the only one who's competent who we swapped out. She's actually quite good at military. If I didn't have to have my heir on the council, she'd make a good head of the military. Yep, go ahead and travel if you have to, it's fine. Get He's under control. It is going down, but it's pretty high. But it's going down now because we've already assigned somebody, I think. I didn't check before I dispatched her. What is that? Fleet. How is our fleet doing? I don't know if I've checked in a while. 280 out of 315, looking pretty good. Our home system, is there anything interesting we can rebuild? I think there's a couple things left. I don't have any actions left. Yeah, probably the electronics factory gives me some extra money. It is a bit pricey, though. The run spy network, not a big deal. Actually, it reminds me, I did shut down the spy network somewhere, and I could probably restart one, but I don't have the actions or money at this point. We'll have an event next turn. I'm curious if it's going to relate to the terraforming ship. So let's go ahead and do that. We've done everything I can, basically. Medical station there, done. Excellent. She's come back. One of the Raymonds. Some odd branch of the family just showed up one day. Barry Farmer wants Miss Sam. What do you ask for in return? I do not want to give you Miss Sam. I like Miss Sam. I'm building up Miss Sam. Screw you, Barry. Barry loves us, though, so we say no. It's not going to be that big of a deal. He's related to us by marriage. I'm going to say no. Divorced his wife. Weren't you married to my cousin? That's not my cousin. Yeah. Maybe they got divorced previously and then he married somebody else. Interesting. Interesting. Baron Blackwell wants marriage between Baroness Casey McIntyre and Al Boone. What will you ask for in return? So Casey McIntyre, my first cousin. I will lose access to her if I do this. I'm not even sure I have... Yeah, she just showed up, so I must be able to order her around. Al Boone is only 20. I don't know. She's a pretty good diplomat. I mean, I do have a lot of diplomats, but she is my first cousin. I don't know that I really want to do that because then I'd lose access to her as an agent. So I'm going to say no. I mean, it's not a great match either. She's 53 and this dude's 20, so I mean, it's not a great match. And they're probably related to each other. Well, he's a distant, so distant. Yeah, I'm going to say no. Unfortunately, that's the problem with having unmarried people around. People will just randomly show up and say, like, hey, I want to marry these people together. And if you say no, they get mad at you. Found out that Executive Isabel Farmer falsely defamed Archon Ursula Clark at Barry Farmer's command. All right. Barry causing problems. Baroness Rowdy Burnett rebelled against Duke Pineda, despite the elevation of her to a position of power, delivering justice for the disinheritance of someone, delivering justice for the refusal to defend Beta Virginis, and in retaliation for the refusal to defend Beta Virginis. Did you just form? Yep, you just formed a separate faction. It is under us, though, so she just broke away from the Jordan colonies, but they're, like, literally a dying colony. It looks like they did, like, the Radalung's gone. Possibly. He might just reconquer them. That's not something we necessarily need to get involved with. A new member of the Scrooge Sovereignty has been established, the Burnett sector. I don't know if they're going to be around much longer. Grazia is pregnant, so that is my first cousin's son, wife. Some Raymonds have had a child. I'm not necessarily that interested in the Raymond branch of the family that much. But Mikhail is kind of an odd name. Let's put a capital at the beginning. Welcome, baby Melanie. All right. Visitors. Yeah, just a diplomat of some sort, or traveling around. Oh, I think I know what this event is. Unfortunately, this is not connected to the terraforming ship thing. So this one, I've had it in every playthrough. We find this ship and there's somebody in cryo sleep that we can add to our family, but then they, in my first playthrough, caused a lot of problems for me. Your sister reports she and your stepfather boarded the vessel. Oh, an ancient drifting ship. Incredible. The prototype sailed right past those League ships and they didn't bat an eye. The cloaking tech will be an ace in the hole for Nova Corp. So the ship was cloaked and invisible for centuries. Eventually the device failed. Maybe this isn't that event. Let's repair the vessel, study the device. Dr. Kumi Scrooge reports the device is operational again. The ship will fly once more and can be cloaked. I've also discovered that by tinkering with the device's parameters, I can increase the cloak size to cover a vast area, though the field becomes unstable and can only fool sensors, not the naked eye. Suddenly, Archon Heir Frederick Scrooge and Commissioner Verlee Scrooge burst into the workshop. I heard of this incredible ship, one cries. It could clearly be of more use to our military division. No, security! So, security... Cloaked ship trait, plus 10 security. If we go military, it's plus 10 to our military. I think that's probably better. Modify its parameters to conceal our fleet. They both don't like it. Adds fleet cloaking device to our house. 15% less chance of losing surprise when an ally joins in combat. Destroyed, it's an underhanded trick. I'm going to, I think, give it to the military, probably. Although our security is worse than our military overall. Isn't it? Can I look? It's almost the same, actually. Partially because we have someone who's not great in the military running our military because he's the heir, but he is going to get better over time. He's still young, and we're training him, and he's improving as being on the council too. So that is going to get better, where security probably won't get a whole lot better. Verlee is very good. She's been in charge for a long time. My overall stats are not great in it, so... I think. Yeah, let's do the security bonus. It seems like this is like forever, too. So let's do security. Let's hope word does not spread of our cloaking technology. Master Dana Scrooge and Mr. Smollett Farmer are always running around together and have become fast friends. So kids having bonds and things do have an impact later, potentially. Local affairs report in DeCrux. Archon Consort Thad Scrooge reports it. The minor ladies and lords of DeCrux have yet to complain about how Scrooge's handling of the system's local affairs. Improving your house's grasp of diplomacy would prevent this becoming a problem in the future. I don't understand. They have not complained about our handling. Okay. So Baron Blackwell and Baron Jackson have gotten an argument over a large bet. You're asked to settle the matter. The quarrel is murky enough that you can pick either side with a plausible rationale. Who will you favor? So his ship made it to Decrux first. His ship broke the rules. So if you broke the rules, I think that's it. Like, so much for having a fair contest. So we'll do that. We've ruled that Baron Kenny Jackson won their bet against Baron Blackwell. He still likes us enough. It's not a problem. That's definitely the positive thing of having a good diplomacy, good relations with everybody, is that when these things happen, when you're not in that kind of a shape, it can cause all kinds of problems and potentially rebellions. But in our case, it's like they love us, so like yeah, it goes down a tiny bit, doesn't matter. They're back to being totally fine in a turn. It's not a huge issue. All right, what's going on? Someone has fled Yilden, afraid that someone will, Baron Mitch Scrooge, is going to move against them. Kind of funny, because we've had Mitch around for quite a while. Imagining him like being in charge of a planet and being like, yes, I don't like you, murder them. So Terry Raymond has learned some stuff. My uncle is dead. Torrin McIntyre, okay. Yeah, I think, was that on my mother's side, I think, were some of the McIntyres and stuff. People who were in the old Galloway. We had some relations down there. Casey McIntyre has inherited, so she might be out of our family now anyway. Because she's got to run the system. Let's see. Changes in the council. Barry's doing stuff. Barry married somebody else, and we weren't invited, which is odd. Barry, are you feeling okay? He still likes us. He just didn't invite us. Probably didn't have the money. Anything else of interest around? Oh, some different people took over the Snyder Dominion. Just make sure that we're on good terms with them. Yep, totally fine. Any other... something going on up here? Yeah, don't care. It's an event, but it's not something that impacts us in any way, shape, or form. All the complex web of interconnected, like justice and requirements to get justice for things can cause problems and just can cause like insane numbers of events and things to pop up. Oh, the Lindsay head is ill. I wonder, since you're ill, would you like to join us? No. She's not interested in the slightest. The Clarks would be interesting as well, but they've got their own little league up here. I don't think that they'd be interested in giving that up anytime soon. Which they are not. The lens, we could just kind of take a look. It doesn't cost me anything to kind of check. So I might as well sort of look. Yeah, they're not interested at all. Submission, yeah, even submission they wouldn't want to take part in. So that's fine. We're just going to keep building up stuff. I'm totally happy with doing that. We're still weak in scene. When it comes to justice, we still have that whole issue. This we're ignoring. War against the farmers. We'll probably just let that go. This is a bit more of an issue. Annulling a marriage. Let's do another fine. If you've got money, I'm taking my cut, and that's going to help a bit, so it just means it's kind of a minor thing that I didn't deal with. I could do this one as well. I don't know if if he doesn't have the money to pay for it, it can cause problems though. He'll get super irritated. That's you. Yeah, he still loves us. So I'm assuming it would be fine if we did that and just dealt with it through monetary extortion. So yeah, let's do another fine. Yeah, he annulled somebody's marriage. The Arlanos want it punished, so we're going to be like, yeah, okay, just give us some money and it's fine. Don't worry about it. So that takes care of that issue, and you still love us. All right, excellent. So when it comes to justice, we're basically fine. Barry's mad at the Jordans, fine, whatever, and the Jordans are mad at the Lindsays, fine, whatever, I don't care. We're trying to get the Lindsays to like us more. Maybe when the change goes on with the leadership, we could maybe make a move and do something. But it's kind of unlikely. And at this point, I'm just sort of trying to peacefully expand. I do want to get this quest. So the tech ending, but there really isn't anything I can do other than scrapping the Ark. I don't think I have to control it directly to do anything. There's nothing I can build. Yeah, there's nothing really there as far as actions for things that I can do that would make any difference at all, except destroying it, which I don't want to do. I'm assuming that would end if I scrap it. Yeah, it doesn't give me any more information. I think that's the end of it. So I think we just want to leave it and like hopefully research it, I would assume. I think if we scrap it, it's just done. So Beta Virginis is now free. So we can, well, free from the plague of Radalung. We probably want to shift somebody over to quelling unrest and also building stuff. I do have somebody free, Eloise. You could build something for me, potentially. Somebody else we could shift over to quell unrest. You have almost nothing over here, so anything is better than nothing. Eloise, go rebuild that. Travel if you have to. That's fine. And then I want to do a quell unrest. Somewhere's got to be just not bad. 43 is not bad. .43 is looking like our best option so far. Yeah, we want to keep that going. We want to keep that going. Yeah, so we'll stop in Wazin. We've built up some stuff, so they shouldn't be in too bad a shape. So Wazin, we're going to stop. And I'm immediately going to send you out to Beta Virginis to quell unrest out there. Mr. Raymond. So out here, that's going to change it to a -7, so we're going to avoid having a rebellion, because that might even destroy the colony. A rebellion with only one structure in it, like almost anything could destroy this place. So if we build some stuff up, it's less likely it's just going to fall apart. Desheba still has the Radalung quarantine, Radalung outbreak. Unrest is under control. They do have two things because an intergalactic marketplace just popped up there, which of course is helping us get more cash. Okay, we've got a little bit of time, we've got some money. Do I want to arrange a marriage for anybody? Like Marley, maybe? Verly, I don't know. She's our head spy master. If we could bring in somebody good, potentially. Marley is an option. So you're based out of Yilden. And then we've got Casey. So let's check and see what we could get for Marley, potentially. I don't know that they would join. Yeah, they would just go into the farmers in Yilden, so it doesn't actually help me. It's not a marriage where I'm bringing anybody in to my family. It's just that I'm the head of the family, and I'm closely related to him, so I have to kind of approve marriages, apparently. Potentially, we could recruit some of these guys that are related to us into our family, so we had that option pop up, but if he's got more closely related people on the local family, he'll stay with the local family. So it's not really that big of a deal for me to do anything, but just gets him out of the way. We could arrange some marriages here while we're looking at it. So, is there anybody? I'm just looking at like in the general age range who would then join him in Yilden, probably is what we'd want to do. 28-year-old. There's so many older people now that are available because their spouses have died off or whatever. She's not bad, for sure. I probably shouldn't spend too much time on it because it's like it's not really affecting me directly. It was the 28-year-old. Is that you? Yeah. I mean, she's generally good, so sure, why not do that? And we tried, and they said, local family said, like, no. She's probably too useful. Her stats are too good. Well, I tried to get you married, Marley. Didn't work out. What you gonna do? All right, that's enough. Got the waste processing plant on Miss Sam done and repaired. Why is my mom popping up there? Daughter celebrated her coming of age day. So we have Bella. Not bad. Utterly undiplomatic. She is only greedy, and that's it. So she's a good administrator, okay at security. Not fantastic, but we can make use of her building stuff. I guess that would be why her security was a little higher. So we had the head of spying was sort of her mentor. Feast is being held to celebrate your daughter's coming of age day. Duchess Snyder has had too much to drink. She's wondering whether Iana Floyd's outfit looks more like a red giant or some kind of farm animal. Iana Floyd is not amused. Iana Floyd, different family. That's like your own vassal up there. I'll try to smooth things over. You intervene. Chance Nolan is leading an uprising against Ursula Clark's rule. Yeah, good luck with that. They usually don't work. Failed. She'll have his head on a pike here in a moment. Archon Lynn wants control of the Jordan colonies. Absolutely not, dude. I'm spending a bunch of money like trying to rebuild and get this in a better shape. Why in the world would I hand them off to you? They might accept control of the Swansons. Yeah, I have no interest in giving you anything. Go to war with me if you want. You want Arcturus now? Absolutely not, dude. Arcturus is a great planet. People looking at us like we're maxed out on vassals because of that breakup. So that might be why people are looking at stuff. All right, Snyder's gave Leland. Wait, are you related to the Snyders over here? They must be. So the Archon up here in the Phillips Kingdom is a Snyder. That's interesting. Gave something to a Snyder in return for marriage. Yeah, so there's Snyders here. There's Snyders in the Willis territory. There's Snyders running the Phillips Kingdom. That's bizarre. Commissioner Verley Scrooge reported that Amaranta Phillips spread descent on Themin. Is that up there? No? Not here. Yeah, at the Snyder's request. So just kind of picking up some other information. Archon Snyder wants control of the Snyder Dominion. Yeah, I'm not interested in that at all. Potential ramifications of that are a little higher because he is sort of in charge of another league. And we can actually see a bit more now. So we can see more here. So we've got the Raymond Territories, Philip's Kingdom, Drake Collective. Kind of a weird breakup here, but a lot of Snyder's related. And then we've got the Hunt Dominion. So that's them. Interesting, interesting. We don't see anything else. Just a bit more down there. It's odd there's so many dead stars out here. Just no colonies. Archon Lindsay wants control of the Burnett sector. I will give you the Burnett's if you join us. How about that? It's not even an option, is it? She could probably take it, honestly, because Beta Virginis is so weak. But I'm going to say no. Everybody's coming to me, hey, I'll take this off you, I'll take this off you. Yet I don't want anybody taking anything off of me. Oh, she's actually attacking the Stricklands over here for 40 Eridana. I think they fought over this before. Strickland Coalition defeated the fleet of the Lindsay Quadrant. She failed to conquer it. Alright, Filbert Castillo. Down here we find a bunch. Charges with avenging Sir Clyde Kirk's crime, the murder of Odysseus Skinner. He murdered somebody. Distant relative. You're not even in charge of the Crux. That's weird. Yeah, we'll just deal with this right away. Execute him is a bit excessive. Humiliate him. Sentenced to several weeks hard labor in your star system's mining facilities by treating him like a common serf, able to make a laughing stock to noble and commoner alike. We can nerve whip him, or I can ignore it. Yeah, you're not in charge of anything. I don't know what the deal is. You're part of House Kirk. You're the only member of House Kirk. How about you just do some work in the mines, dude? Sentenced to a few weeks of labor in the mines, delivering justice for the murder of Odysseus Skinner. It's always good for morale to show the serfs that nobles are not exempt from sharing their suffering. The nobles in question, of course, rarely agrees. Working the mechanical diggers in the freezing temperatures is distinctly uncomfortable, but pales in comparison to the shame of being treated as an equal to the lowborn. Oh, something's going on. Lawrence Hobbs wants support. You are the attacker. I'm assuming, yeah, you're rebelling against the Baron. Absolutely not. No, thank you. Yes, I will warn the Baron. The Baron wants support in the combat. The guy who's rebelling literally has no ships. Yeah, I will just help out with that, I think. If someone asks me for help against rebellion, it always makes them much happier if you do go along with it. Helping stop the rebellion. So the rebellion failed. Did you even have... Yeah, no ships. That's very weird. More accusations. Baroness Casey McIntyre charged with avenging Duke Berry Farmer's crime, the false defamation of James Jordan. We're not under any obligation to do anything about it, so I'm just going to let it go. So Duchess Burnett wants Miss Sam. Of course you do. I'm not going to give you that. I'm surprised you're still alive, so count your lucky stars that you're just still in existence. Survive the ride-along outbreak. There's something I directly control. I'm not really interested in giving it up. Daughter-in-law and your son had a baby boy. All right. Nikolai's not too bad. But I'll change it a little bit to Nicola. Welcome, little baby Nicola, who's actually in line to become Archon. Definite diplomat showing up from the Lins. You and Master Dane Scrooge are touring a facility when the ceiling collapses. So this is our sun. When you awake, Master Dane Scrooge is shaking you. We're trapped. I can't find a way out, he sobs. I found some explosives and blew a hole for us, but the crack's not wide enough. It'll be all right, you cough. We'll force our way out. So 74% chance, decent. We'll find an access hatch that leads to the surface. Test administration and technology, that's 79% chance, so a bit better. %79% chance that Verly Scrooge will find us because she has tons of security. I mean, that's interesting. We'll find an access hatch that leads to the surface. You search for the telltale LED lightings and tactile sigils of an access hatch. Unfortunately, your memory of emergency signage is a little rusty. Although the hatch must be here, neither of you can find it. By the time security locates you, both you and Master Dane Scrooge are malnourished and weak. So we are sick. Whispers within Al Khafra have reached Commissioner Verly Scrooge's spies, so down here somewhere. Tensions are flaring with House Cunningham. If Commissioner Verly Scrooge drops the right rumors in the right ears, it might drive a wedge between them. I don't think we want to mess with them too much. So he's a Conley, but then there's the Cunninghams. I'm not sure why it's showing him. I think just because he's the Archon, I think is why it's being shown. I wouldn't mind increasing tensions inside of this to make them kind of more likely to break up, but it does create a secret that can be found out about. Too many direct vassals. Well, we can fix that. How did that... Like, it was fine before. What happened? Nah, we're not going to do that. Chill Scrooge comes to your quarters in the middle of the night. Oh, it probably went down because I'm sick, so it dropped my administration skill. His hair is torn out in clumps, his skin covered in bruises, self-inflicted. Take it out, he says, voice strangely flat. I've tried to surge the house, but this implant, it will destroy me. Yeah. It's just made him crazy. It hasn't really helped. He's not even in charge of the military. We'll take it out. How do you feel, you ask when Chill Scrooge awakens. Like myself, he breathes. So he lost the chip, he lost Dull. I feel like if you're going to use that, only use it on yourself. It's too problematic otherwise. Okay, so something I need to do before I forget. I kind of we're at the point where I probably want to end it, but I am sick. That is not acceptable. So first things first, before I do anything, we're going to make sure that I am getting medical attention. Must have looked over it. Medical attention. We're going to have my sister do it. So she's going to stop training our heir for a little bit. That's fine. The other thing I need to do, I need to assign somebody, temporarily anyway, to monitor vassals. So this will increase our vassal limit by between 1 and 3. It just sort of takes somebody out of other actions that they would normally be doing. Yeah, my daughter's not bad at it. I'm just going to throw her right on into that. And now we're not under our vassal limit, or over our vassal limit anymore. We're under by 1. It's totally fine. We do have access to the necropolis, but I'm going to hold off on that. What's the justice thing here? Yeah, asked, we're just going to ignore that. Yeah, the Villa Guild stuff. Whatever. I kind of feel like, so... I don't know, like, it's possible the Jordans might conquer Beta Virginis. Like, that's something that could happen. I could ask them to go, but then she might rebel. She doesn't want to. Like, so there's other issues and things related to that. But I think we're in an okay spot to stop. I would like to visit the necropolis, but I'll wait until I'm actually recovered from my sickness. We just kind of rolled badly there. I do have Bell. We could assign somebody to rebuild something. We've got so much cash. We can kind of rebuild anything. We could even rebuild a dead colony, but then we've got to build more and more and more. So... Oh, Deshuba's actually back. Deshuba. Unrest. is going down. Interesting. Yeah, we should build something on Desheba, actually. Chemical warehouse isn't bad. Yeah, let's do that. I'll send my mom down there to build that relatively quickly. Hopefully she survives long enough to do that. With this game, once you're in like your 50s, it's kind of iffy if you're going to survive. Once you're in your 60s, you could just drop dead any age, any second. And we are up to 48 ourselves, so we probably want to shift over. I don't know, I am doing a little bit of training, so I am improving my technology. We probably want to shift all training over to my heir ASAP. So yeah, I think we'll go ahead and end it there. I do have some actions left. I don't know if there's anything too interesting or crazy that I'm going to do, but we're holding on to our territory. It's not causing any real problems at this point, although if things do break apart more, it can cause problems for us when it comes to our vassals. But once I'm back to full health, I don't even need to have somebody actually keeping an eye on things and helping run the empire, which is more like a league. It's not a coalition. It's not really an empire, but our main territory is quite large and extensive compared to a lot of other people. Like we have more direct control over territories than a lot of others do. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 systems directly under us, which is a lot, actually. But yeah, we'll go ahead and call it there. This has been more Star Dynasties. I've been Disturbing Puppet. Thanks for coming by. Hopefully I'll see you next time. Until then, have a good one.